Hi everybody. I've haven't posted something in a long time, so I thought I'd have a little talk with you and tell you what's been going on. No one's asked me a question in a while, at least not directly, but one sort of came up and I kind of dodged it. I didn't really answer it. I didn't really say anything about it. The reason why is because I've been very reluctant to address certain issues in my life publicly. I am, let's face it, a very minor celebrity at best. Believe me, minor is just the beginning of the iceberg of adjectives I could use to describe my status. But, you know, I've always found it offensive when someone who lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion on a hill, who uses more power than an African village, uses more power in one day than an African village does in a year, tells people, oh, hang your washing outside. Yeah, in Los Angeles, hang your washing outside. It'll be dirtier when you bring it in than when you put it out. I'm yammering because I really have got to think of how I want to phrase this. The question asked was based on a couple of statements that some people made who know me, that they were congratulating me. The reason they were congratulating me is because I recently got married. Ta-da! Yes, ring on finger. This is to my companion, my lover of nearly 29 years. The reason we took so long to get married is because it only recently became legal for us to do it. So yeah, to answer some of your questions, I'm gay. Ta-da! Big surprise, huh? Right. Oh, who did he think he was getting? In my line of work, just saying that has just limited me on a lot of work that will be available. I do mostly commercials. You've seen me in a lot of them. You probably aren't aware, but yeah, mostly commercials. Now, a lot of product people who might see this will say, oh no, can't use him. No. Now, I recently played Polonius in Hamlet. 4 years ago. Anyway, in a scene, Polonius says to his son Laertes, to thine own self be true. I cannot be true unless I address you people directly, especially those of you living in California. There are a lot of lies being said about Proposition 8. These untruths cannot go unanswered by me. I can't let it go. First, the idea that somehow children are going to be taught how to sodomize each other. Oh my God, they're going to tell first graders about anal sex. Oh! The mechanics of sexual intercourse are not addressed until age appropriate. Marriage is required by law, education about marriage is required by law in California by the 12th grade. You don't tell children who are too young to even understand the concept of marriage about the mechanics of it. Sorry, doesn't happen. No matter how you try to put it that way, they don't get educated like that, period. Okay? Please put that to rest. No child is going to be forced to learn how to fellate another child, okay? It doesn't happen. Not going to happen. It doesn't happen in the heterosexual sex ed classes. It's not going to happen if people have to tell children that, yeah, boys can marry boys and girls can marry girls. And that's about as far as it's going to go at the age-appropriate time. Second, no church is going to be forced to perform marriages that they don't want to perform. No priest is going to have to stand up there with a couple of lesbians in leather having them exchange rings. It's not going to happen. Now, recently there was a case in Massachusetts where a church was forced to allow a lesbian couple to use a piece of property they had. The reason why the courts found for the lesbians is not because it was activist judicial judges. It's because this church had advertised this property for use by anyone who could pay the price. Now, you put an ad in the paper and you say, oh, come use our facility, free for everyone. Well, not free, but, anyone can use it. You cannot then turn around and say, oh, no fags, no dykes. No, won't have that here. That's the same as in the old days when it was no blacks allowed. To the back of the bus. You cannot offer a public accommodation and then say, sorry, no, not going to happen. At least in Massachusetts and California. Third, that it's going to change the definition of marriage. Well, the definition of marriage has changed many, many times. Used to be about property. Don't try to tell me it wasn't. That's what the whole idea with the rings was. Only the woman wore the ring, the man put it on, and said, on my property I do thee endow. Meaning that there was an exchange. Use of her body and production of children in exchange for his wealth. And sometimes the father-in-law's got a little something too. Okay? And it used to be, well, not about romantic love. It was arranged marriage. Romantic love is an idea that came in with the Victorians. In the 1830s to 1850s is when romantic love as a basis for marriage really started. Okay? Now, for those who want to address the matter of children, raising children, well, I'm not going to be adopting any children. I know that I would not make a very good father. I'm an actor. I'm self-centered. I'm egotistical. I have to be honest. So no child is going to be exposed to the perversion that is me. I'm really not trying to talk down to you people or go on a polemic screed. I'm just trying to say why I am asking you, please, in November, if you can't vote for, pardon me, let me rephrase. See, that's the confusion that they've tried to put out. If you can't vote against Proposition 8, at least, please, don't vote on the proposition. You can't actually go through and just not vote. Now, for those who say, well, domestic partnerships are just as good. They offer you all the rights. No, they don't. And with a domestic partnership, you go into a hospital, you have to take those papers in. But if you say, I am married, that's entirely different. And for all of you who say, well, yes, it says good. Would you settle for a domestic partnership? Just a moment. Whitney just came in, and in case you were wondering, this is the person I married. And he's kind of lonely here on Facebook and would appreciate, come here, say hi.
Hello.
So, he could use a few more friends. We've been through a lot together. And we finally had the chance to get legal recognition of our relationship. Do you really feel it's right to take that away from us? Do you? Thanks for your time. Take care.